Hey crafty friends, it's Jeannie and I'm back today to share a card featuring Inkblot Shop's stamp set called Snow Kids along with Hero Art's Snowflake Swirl bold prints. I thought that this was a perfect combination to create a fun wintry holiday card and that's what I'm doing. So I'm starting out with Hero Art's Snowflake Swirl stamp set. I placed it in my Misti and removed the foam because it is a cling stamp, so it's a little bit thicker, so you need to remove that piece of foam that comes in your Misti so this stamps well. I decided to go in with my blending tool and Ink on 3's Atelier inks in my Jam Purple and Peacock Blue. I thought that this was a really good combination of colors to create this background, and I directly placed the color on that stamp. And I'm going to stamp it out in my Misti. And I'm going to go in quite a few times just so I'm adding the colors in where it needs to go. Like there is a little bit of white space left when I stamped it the first time. And as I keep stamping this, it gets more vibrant and colorful, and I really like how it turned out. So originally, I actually didn't look that closely at the stamp set when I had purchased it. I just knew that it was super pretty and I wanted it. So I placed the order, received it, and I planned to do this card. However, I had started out thinking that this stamp set actually stamped out the snowflakes. And so my original plan was actually to use shimmer powders to create this really pretty purple blue background, and then I would heat emboss it using puffy embossing powder. And when I finished my background, I went to the stamp set, I looked at it when I pulled it out, and I realized, like, wait a second, it doesn't stamp out the snowflakes, it actually stamps out the background. So I had to change course because it just wasn't going to work for that particular purpose. And I decided to do this because I did want the blend of colors, but I wasn't going to be able to heat emboss this and do kind of a resist with the watercoloring or any kind of ink blending since it stamps out the background. So this was kind of my fix to being able to create a blended background for this card, and I thought it turned out really well. I just did have to stamp it quite a few times because I wanted to amp up the vibrancy. I also went in with Ink on 3's Paint It Black just to darken it up in some areas, but I was really happy with how it turned out, and it kind of made galaxy backgrounds really easy by doing it this way. And because it doesn't stamp the snowflakes are super white because I'm stamping on white cardstock and I'm not worried about it at all. So I kind of actually love how it turned out, and I kind of want to do different colors now because I know that this is stamping out the background and not the actual snowflakes. But it was a happy accident and it turned out to work in my favor. For the little kids in the Snow Kids stamp set, I am stamping it out with Ink on 3's Fadeout Ink. It is a no line coloring ink, which I prefer to stamp out 2 to 3 times just because the ink is so light. I have practiced a lot of coloring with Copic markers, so I have other videos that show my no line coloring as well. And my particular technique for no line coloring is that I will use the darkest color and kind of map out the shadows of whatever area I'm coloring, and then I'll go in with the mid-tone, add a little bit more color, and then blend everything out with the lightest color. And sometimes I do go back in to add a little bit more dimension, to add a little bit more color if I didn't add enough, and it works really well for me. I do prefer images that are a little bit larger, and this one is a little bit larger, like their face, their hair. These characters have a little bit larger heads than their bodies, but the area to color in using no line coloring is really spacious, so I think that it's a good start if you're, wanting to try it out. But I think it's really fun, and once you get the hang of it, you will be able to do it as well. It took me quite a bit of time just to get used to no line coloring, but I ended up really liking it because it does look a little bit more delicate in that it doesn't have the harsh black lines when you stamp out colors. But of course, you can also, stamp it using a blank ink and then color it any way you want. I think that it would work perfectly with this background anyway, because it's just a snowy background and it contains a lot of color and a lot of space to color. So I usually go in with my images without an idea of how I'm going to color things, and usually I will repeat colors within my card scene. So I decided that I wanted orange just so it could pop on this little boy, and I'll incorporate that throughout the scene with the girl's little orangey hair, orange brown hair, and I'll try to do that so it's just cohesive. I didn't want to use too many blues or purples because the background is so blue and purple that I didn't want it to clash too much. So I hope you guys have been doing well. I know that this will be a lot of coloring, so I just wanted to chit chat for a little bit. I have been kind of in a slump with crafting and working at home. I feel like the lines are blurred, and I wonder if the lines are blurred for you guys, or if you're going back into the office, or if your kids are going back to school. For me, I'm not back in the office until July of 2021, and who knows if that will be extended or not, but I'm finding myself to fall out of my normal routine, because when I go to work, I usually come home and look forward to crafting. But since I'm home all day now, I kind of find myself not wanting to craft after work and kind of not doing anything at all. So I actually will only craft on the weekends now, and that's unfortunate because I always have ideas during the week, but I just feel so burnt out from working, and I just am kind of over it. I kind of want to have the ability to go into the office and be able to have that separation from work and home. And I can't even imagine like how parents are doing homeschooling for kids or even virtual learning. It just sounds so difficult, and I hope that you guys are handling it well and have kind of adjusted to all the changes that this year has brought. So I had told my sister that I wanted to put up the Christmas tree like at the beginning of September, because I just kind of wanted to be able to enjoy the holidays for as long as possible this year, because there's not so much to celebrate, it seems. So you can't really see family, you can't see a lot of your friends, and I kind of just wanted to do that. I'm really bummed out because fall is one of my favorite seasons, and Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. My birthday's near there, and we always have this really big family gathering, which we decided that we're just not doing this year because it's not worth it to risk it. I have my grandparents who are around. They're much older, and everyone just needs to be super cautious, and a large family gathering for us just isn't something that we want to do and risk. So we decided that we're just not going to do Thanksgiving. So that's such a bummer because I love Black Friday shopping. I don't know about you guys, but I know it's changed from recent years where you actually can just buy everything online now. Before that, I used to go stand in line and wait for the deals, and it was just really fun for me because I hung out with my cousins while we were standing in line. Most of them live up in Sacramento, and I'm in San Francisco, so they're about 2 hours away or so, and it's most of my mom's side of the family is up there, and so it's just really fun to see them. And yeah, so that's a bummer, but I'm going to be making holiday cards much earlier than normal. So for the snow, I'm just going to go in and draw lines to create a snow bank, and I'm just using light purple colors with a little bit of gray. For the background, I'm trimming it down for an A2 card panel, so it'll be 4¼ by 5½. And I went ahead and fussy cut these characters out. They're really large, so it worked out really well. For the sentiment, I am stamping with my Jam Purple. It just says Warm Wishes, and I'm going to mat it on a piece of silver cardstock and put this card together. This is more or less done. It was a very simple card because that background is so fun and gorgeous. I am definitely going to plan on using it with different colors and see how I can get more cards out of this for the holidays. I might as well use it since I have it. So I'm just adhering that, and then I'll be adhering the sentiment, which will be that pop of white on top, and I think that this card is super cute. So I hope this gave you an idea for some more holiday wintry cards, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.